Happy Sunday, and welcome to Komodo Art Soaps. Today I'm working on what is fast becoming a Komodo Art Soaps tradition. Back when I first started making soap, I ended up with quite a lot of soap, and I needed people to give it to, so I gave some to the ladies at my church. Well, the next year came and I was trying to up production, and I thought, what better way than to make soap for all the ladies at church? And this year, I'm doing it again just because I love these ladies at church so much. So I'm making them each their own special bar of rose musk soap. This fragrance is earthy and yet floral. It's just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to separate my colors, add some titanium dioxide, but not a lot, just enough to give it kind of an antique white appearance. After I blend that, I'm going to put that in my molds as the base layer. Next, I'm mixing up the green that is going to become the sepals, or you could call them leaves, of our rose. The sepals are that green part that breaks away from the outer petals and hangs right below the rose. And I've always loved the kind of dynamic character that those give to the look of the rose. So we're going to put them as gently as we can on top of our base layer. Once I've got a good solid layer, I will then apply a hanger swirl. Using the hanger, I am going to push it through the green layer and sweep it through the base. I will do this multiple times and in multiple directions and cross my fingers that it gives me the look that I'm going for. Next, we're going to add our colorants. I love the shimmery look of the mica dispersed in oil right before we add it to the soap batter. It loses that sparkle in the soap batter, but it still creates a beautiful color throughout. This vibrant pink is going to turn into a soft, dusty rose, and this blue is actually going to turn into a lilac purple. And that vibrant dark gold will turn into a mellow, sunshine yellow that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to stick blend through each of them just to ensure that the color and fragrance are fully adhered to the soap batter before I pour them into our mold. Next, I'm going to lightly drizzle in streams back and forth across the batter. My goal here is to create multicolored petals sitting on top of the sepals, or the green below. I don't want to quite break through the surface, and I don't want the color to go below the surface. I want it sitting on top, so I'm holding the container very closely and just gently pouring it back and forth. The pink is starting to harden up a little bit, so I need to kind of help it along. Next, we'll go in with the yellow, and I'll just continue layering the colors as I go. So I filled up the first mold just a little bit faster than the second, so the second will have a little more pink in it, but that's okay. It's all going to even out in the end and look absolutely gorgeous. I admit I'm just a tad bit addicted to this gold spray. I just think it adds a special magical touch to any soap that I spray it on. But to give a more dynamic feature, I'm just going to sweep up the sides of the soap batter to cover that gold, and that way the gold is just peeking out beneath it. It's an effect that I really, really like, and you'll see it in a lot of my soaps because I do use it often. All right, here's the finished bar. You can see the colors look a lot more creamy once the soap is set, and we'll just push through it with our soap cutter. Here comes that special moment of truth. And it's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, I love it. It looks like different colored petals sitting above those frilly little sepals below, sitting on an antique white base. Oh, I love it. I'll be cutting these bars in half, so they will be half-size bars, and I'm hoping that the image is still going to translate on those smaller bars. And I'm happy to see that the second loaf looks identical to the first. Absolutely gorgeous. Here is my large knife. I love this knife. I'm going to cut straight through in half, and we'll take a look at the image on the inside. Oh, I think it still works. I think it's gorgeous. So we're going to trim these up and then give them their photo shoot, and I'll let them cure for a full 6 weeks, and then we will package, label, and give these to the sweet ladies that we go to church with. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll leave a link to my shop down below, but like I said, these soaps won't be in the shop because they are meant for the ladies at church. But there will be a similar Mother's Day soap coming up, but instead of a rose musk scent, it will be scented in lilac.